In a brilliant and probably natural process, the very earliest Christians began to build their life around a calendar. Of course, many of them were Jewish, and so there was a Jewish calendar of events, and they added to that some decisions to remember certain saints who had maybe been martyred, and they wanted to remember their lives on a given date, and so there was a saint festival, and of course there was Easter, and over time, Christian church, both in the South and the West, but also in the East, developed a calendar. We now call it a liturgical calendar. And in it, while there were dates, and we remember those dates, the Easters and the Pentecosts and Christmases, there were also seasons. And the seasons were built around kind of what you might call half of a year of looking at the life of Jesus. So there was Advent and Christmas and Epiphany and Lent and Eastertide. And then the second half of the year, was given to the question of the Spirit in us. How am I doing with the Spirit? Pentecost was half the year. How am I living out the gifts of the Spirit? I think somewhere along the way, when people maybe lost all the effect and the feel of that wise calendar through the year, somewhere along the way somebody said, Pentecost is too long. We'll cut it up. And from Pentecost, asking, what is the Spirit doing in me and through me? A new season was developed. It was called the Kingdom Tide. About a certain portion of Pentecost suddenly became Kingdom Tide. How am I living out the reign of God in my life? Friends, this week I'm hoping I don't get in too much trouble, but I really have something I want to share with you. It's got a little bite to it. It's also, I think, really, really important and meaningful. You are living the gifts of God in a wounded world. And it's Kingdom Tide, where we ask, how am I living that out? The ways of Jesus. So I'm going to start with that, and I hope you tune in tomorrow. You are loved first.